Hey, welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can get a professional tarot card reading, haunted house in a creepy graveyard from a haunted chick like me. So welcome back to the lab, doing yes, no, maybe so, sometimes kind of wide free kind of questions from the tarot cards, as well as your $5 taco box. The $5 taco box has for $5 you get 3 questions that you can ask, and you've got You've got 5+ minutes with me as well. You get a spirit clearing bowl, singing bowl, thingamajiggy. Actually, everybody who gets a paid reading, anyone who's hanging out during those paid readings gets pretty much a singing bowl, spirit clearing. Also, if you are looking for a more in-depth reading, those start at $35, 35+ cards. You get a more rapid transformational life coaching session with tarot cards for $40. Also, you can get your more general readings, $15, 15+ cards, $25, 25+ cards, as well as your Twinflame, Soulmate, Union, and Journey kind of tarot card readings, 25+, 30+ cards, something like that, for $33. Everything you need to know is in the description. Hey, Darlene, Lisa, welcome back to the Chammy. I also have a new Lucky 10 of Pentacles handcrafted inspired candle from the tarot that I made and designed in a money spell kit. If you guys want to check that out, the link is in the Chammy, in not the pinned comment, but somewhere in the chat. How have you been doing, Darlene? It's nice to see you again. Thanks for coming back. Thanks so much for your like. If you found us and we're not live, go ahead and skip to the end for the free collective message, because I always try to do a free collective message for anyone and everyone who maybe comes by. Gets a reading, doesn't get a reading. So it is a new moon manifesting Q&A chat. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to ask. It is totally related to the 111 portal, as well as the Lucky 10 of Pentacles tarot inspired candle that I created. I'm glad you're doing good. I feel like I've lost something. I'm just not sure what it is. What could it be? I just don't know. So we're doing yes, no, maybe so, sometimes why kind of free questions for the first 15 minutes, as well as the paid readings. Paid readings start at $5. You get the $5, 3 questions, 5+ cards, 10 minutes, and a spirit clearing with the singing bowl. Hey Janice, how are you today? Welcome to the Chammy. I'm doing yes and no. If you have any questions you'd like to ask that are yes or no for the tarot, we have about 10 minutes left. So that's more like a health question, Darlene. But I really do feel like if you apply yourself, you will. Okay. I was able to lose 120 pounds in 1 year, and quite healthy under the direction of my doctor. I did it with a lot of swimming. Okay. I lost like the first 30 pounds swimming and walking. And then I did the HCG diet. But the HCG diet was something I needed to go on to quickly bring down some of the issues I was having and kind of just clear them away so I wouldn't have them long term. And I will have to say I'm glad I did the diet. It helped me with my emotional eating disorder, as well as helped me have a relationship with food and a lifestyle I can live with without having to live the rest of my life addicted to saying I'm on a diet. Okay, and if you need any help with that or you got any questions about that, please always feel free to ask me. You don't have to ask the tarot. I believe in you, and I believe that you can lose this weight. You know, you didn't lose it overnight, so you might not lose it overnight, but you will lose it over time. Remember, it'll become a lifestyle and a way of life. And a way of life will make you much happier as well. Darlene, I think that's a great question. Spirit, will Darlene hear from Kevin in this new moon? Will Darlene hear from Kevin in this new moon? We'll get to you next, Janice. Don't worry. Thank you guys so much for your likes. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to check out my Lucky 10 of Pentacles Tarot Inspired Candle and Money Spell Kit. It's more like a manifestation kit. It's absolutely going to work. I just know it will. So yes, Darlene, you absolutely will hear from Kevin in this new moon. Now remember, that new moon to the full moon is a fortnight, okay? And that new moon to the first quarter is going to be 7 days. So you may hear from him today. You may hear from him in 7 days, okay? But you will hear from him in the not too distant future in this Ace of Cups. Just keep expecting it, okay? What would you be talking about? What would you be thinking about? What would you talk? Where would the conversation go? And have fun imagining it and having a visual act with it. Darlene, keep me updated. Janice, does Alejandro have serious intentions towards you? Let's find out. Does Alejandro have... so it looks like you've gotten a 5 of Pentacles. So maybe no, not right now at this very moment at whatever time of clock it is, wherever you are and wherever I am. All right. But there is something that this person is feeling for you. And it's a little bit sad. Like they miss you or something. Or like it's like the light's on. They're home. But it's like it rains all the time. It's like they have a perpetual little rain cloud over their head all the time. They don't realize, you know, that it doesn't always have to be this difficult with love. So while they might not have serious intentions for you right now, they do feel pretty serious about you in this 5 of Pentacles. This is a serious card. This is not a no. This isn't a I don't like you. This is they look back at you and they wonder, would it be happier? Would it stop raining? Does anybody know how to do, are we doing this right? Okay. So stay optimistic because it can't rain all the time. The light's on, someone's home. Okay, so don't worry. Some of these 5 of Pentacles are really bad. There's no light on in the window. There's no window. There's no door. There's no way out. But this card, there's a way out. Okay? It's like you both are keeping each other up at night. Keep me updated. Rose, how are you, dear? Hello. Could I know what George's feelings and next actions towards me? So that's more of a paid kind of reading, Rose. I'm only doing yes or no free questions for the first 15 minutes. Oh, absolutely. Help him anyway, in any way that you can, especially if it helps you, Janice. Okay, especially if it brings you joy. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about, anything. Don't worry about what's bad. Think about what's good instead. Oh, so Rose, $5, 3 questions, 5+ cards, and a spirit clearing with a singing bowl. For that kind of question. While it's not a general reading, it's not even an in-depth. It is a micro mini roadmap to get you on your heart's desire. Get you on the roadmap to your heart's desire. Get you to where you need to go. Kind of turn around what's going on. First of all, you got to stop saying you're in no contact, or it's going to stay that way. Okay? This is the only channel on YouTube where you can get a tarot card reading and get roasted at the same time. So I'm just telling you now. Stop saying no contact. or it's going to be spanky, spanky, spanky. Spirit, does George want a new beginning with Rose? That's a beautiful question. Let's ask. Yes. Yeah. In this Page of Wands. And, whilst it's a kind of a young and refreshing and funny and indifferent kind of card, at the same time it's new and it's young and it's fresh and it's fun and it's creative and it's imaginative and it's communicative, and it is a big yes. Okay? In that Page of Wands. So yes, George does want a new beginning with you, Rose. Hey, Pamela, welcome back to the Chammy. Oh, you're so welcome, Rose. Keep me updated. I'm here for you. Happy New Year's, everybody. It's a beautiful life. I know what I lost. I've misplaced my CBD pen. My day today was good. How was your day, dear? I just worked a lot and worked a lot and worked a lot. And I'm working some more, but this is the fun work. I'm happy to be here to hang out with you guys. I was so excited because today was 57 degrees. So it was a nice summer Boston day. Felt like Boston in the summertime. It was great. I was like, yeah, where's my packed away tank top and shorts and roller skates? Even though the couch is on, everything else is packed. It's like literally, even though it doesn't look like it, it's literally like living out of a bag, living out of a box, living out of a bag, living out of a box, living out of a bag, living out of a box, living out of a bag, living out of a box. Living out of a bag, living out of a box, living out of a bag in a box. Pam, help me. Got to talk to my best friend today. I'm a little worried about Addison. I don't know if she's going to be around for a little while. We had another person with a sudden death in the family, so I probably won't. I'll probably just be here like moderating with 10 hands and 10 toes and 10 fingers and 10 noses till she can get back and get her head on her shoulders a little bit more stable through that. So her auntie died suddenly, so I feel really bad for her. So sending prayers out to Addison and her family. Oh my God, snowstorm. Oh my God. Has it always been like that in Michigan? I mean, is that like natural up there to get 14 inches? I know nothing about Michigan. Wow. I guess I've come to appreciate snow because I'm from the West Coast of Florida, where the West is the best in the East, as Jim Morrison says. And the only time I ever saw snow growing up was that one time it snowed on Clearwater Beach during Christmas, and it was 19 degrees, but the sun was shining. And it was snowing. And it was 19 degrees. Isn't that weird? And it was like a miracle. It was so weird. And then I didn't see snow. I think it was maybe like 8. I was probably like 8 or 9. Then I didn't see snow again till we moved up to Boston. My mom's like, no, you ain't seen real snow until you've seen a New England snow. But before we could move to New England, we were here in Atlanta at the time, and they had this huge snowstorm. And like, I don't think Atlanta had ever seen a snowstorm like that in years. People were literally trying to drive on 85 on ice. And while their cars were sliding down 85 on ice, people were literally trying to stop their cars with their foot, like Fred Flintstone. I will never forget that. I'll never forget that. Have you ever seen anybody ever do that, Pam? It didn't work. Let's just say that. It didn't work. Oh my God. And Atlanta, like, never had any kind of snow plows for years. In fact, I would have to say that they only got better about the snowplow thing in the last 5 years. Can you believe this? I've actually been in Tennessee when it snows, and I guess I just really appreciate snow because it rarely happens here in the South. And when it does happen, like, I mean, if I'm going to live in the South, I think I want to live in a place that has the 4 seasons. I haven't seen anybody try that. I know. Like, what? It's like, why are you really trying to stop your 2-ton car that's sliding around on ice with your foot? But, you know, I mean, think about it. Southerners, just not everybody knows, you know, or thinks, because they don't, you know. It's not that they're stupid, it's just that they didn't know. Like, they weren't thinking. Like, not everybody knows how slippery ice is. Of course, I would have never thought ice was slippery. I would have thought ice was dry. Hey, Rhonda, welcome back. How are you, dear? It's nice to see you tonight, too. Oh, you're from Kansas City, Missouri? So is my mama. And I spent the first 5 years of my life growing up there. And my grandmother's from there, and my great-grandmother's from there, and my uncles, they're from there, and my cousins are from there, and my uncle, Speedy Haworth, he's in the Missouri Country Music Hall of Fame. You've been there your whole life. Wow. That's amazing, Rhonda. Wow. I hate it because I don't know where my gran is buried. I don't know where my Grammy's buried. But they're all there. Buried somewhere. In fact, I always thought that, like, my grandfather was from there, but he wasn't. He was from LA. Oh my God, I know. I hurt so bad. Oh my God. And so does a snowball in, you know, your shirt, your pants, anywhere, the face. So I feel so bad for you that happened. Like, maybe that should have been a red flag to move then. That is terrifying. I'm so glad that you made it out alive. So were you born and raised there, Pam? I don't know why I've always been like, just, I guess because my mom was a teenage runaway. So I was always around this person that was like, let's go. Let's get in the car and go. God, my lips are so chapped. I had to put some chapstick on. My mom was like, let's go find adventure. Let's go. Let's move to the moon. Hey, let's move to the top of the tree. She just was adventurous and liked to travel, and so do I. So does my dad. Yeah, you Libras are stubborn. But it could just be an air sign thing too. Oh wow, the first ice, wow. I once fell on ice in platform shoes. It was not fun. But I was okay. And I probably was only okay because I'd been a gymnast most of my life. So I kind of like landed on all fours, but backwards, but I was okay. But it's still, that ice, man, it's just terrible. I always make sure to keep the proper snow saltings in case it gets, in case we get that dusting, because, I might need to run away. I need to go outside. But yeah, I'll never forget it when I met my best friend Melanie. We were living in Medford, which is where Jingle Bells was written, and she was my neighbor. And I was in my backyard, and I guess she was in her backyard, and I guess she slipped out her back door to go to the backyard to hide from her parents so she could smoke a joint. And I went to my backyard to try to figure out how to build a snowman. And I'm over here trying to make a snowman like a sand castle, because I'm from the beach. She's like, that's not how you make a snowman. I'm like, well, I figured it would just be like the way you would make a sandcastle. She's like, no, here, let me show you. You have to roll the snow. So I learned how to make a snowman. And I knew we were going to be best friends forever because the first thing out of her mouth was, you want to smoke a joint? I was like, yeah. And of course, I just moved from Atlanta, so I didn't know anybody I could get that from. And it wasn't legal in Massachusetts at the time at all. In fact, it was very illegal everywhere. I think it was even still maybe illegal in California. In fact, I think California was just about to start making smoking and all that illegal. Oh, you lived on a lake for 5 years. Wow. I lived on a lake for 5 years. I lived on Seminole Lake for 5 years. It was terrifying. I'll tell you that. Alligators. Just living in Florida the whole time was terrifying. Always having to worry about getting eaten. The only good thing about living in Florida was like the swimming, the beaches, the archery. I mean, of all things, I learned archery at summer camp. And really not because they were like, you have to do this, but because I wanted to. I wanted to be able to protect myself from the animals that we might have been exposed to. I mean, my parents are always like, make sure you look under the car and look out the door before you go out there, because there could be an alligator out there that might eat you. Can you imagine? Everywhere you go, you might get eaten or bitten or shit on. Because there's 10,000 birds in every tree. One thing that was really weird about living there is that, just like imagine every tropical bird and it's living in your tree. And all of them. At least that's how it was when I was growing up. I hear it's changed a lot. I hear there's like no more orange groves down there. I hear that like it's really inundated with iguanas and just a freaking mess down there. Never learned how to ice skate. Wow. Man, that's all I did as a kid, was ice skating or roller skating. I loved it when they came to the ice skating rink in the winter and they would put a big pile of like fake snow. Well, it was real, but it was like, I was a tomboy too, yeah. Well, if I played with dolls, I was just ripping them apart. or I really used, what I really used my dolls for was to learn how to make clothes. I didn't really start collecting dolls though until I was a little bit older. That's why I have that doll from Bali. Dolls like that interest me. Unique dolls. I do have some Barbies, but it's only like, Lucille Ball Barbies that like I've never played with, never messed around with, never took out of the box. I want to cut myself because I gave my Marilyn Monroe one away as a gift to probably a bitch who sold it for drugs. And you don't know. You make friends, you care about them, you're friends for years. You don't know that they're gonna go down a path like that. You can't predict that kind of stuff. But I should have given her the Lucy one. Why did I do that, Pam? Why did I give her Marilyn? Why? Somebody find me a Marilyn Monroe Barbie. I went to go try to find Christmas 2023 Barbie. I couldn't find one anywhere in a store. When does the planet come to? I went to go look at Barbie at Walmart because I got stuck getting my oil changed at Walmart for like 3 hours. So I took a 3-hour tour in Walmart. It was terrifying. I probably came home smelling like, I hate that smell. Oh, let me turn that off. So sorry about that. Ugh. I had one grandmother too. The other one lived in Cyprus, and she passed away before I could meet her because she was so old. She was born in 1901. Can you imagine? And I hate myself because I didn't have a chance to meet her. Isn't that terrible? Like, you hate yourself for years because you didn't get to meet your yaya. So I don't want to hate myself even more. I really would like to go and see my family again in Cyprus someday. I guess what sucks is that like I haven't had a chance to meet all of them yet, and I really look forward to getting to know my family, which I haven't had a chance to do. You grow up, you write them letters, you get to know them, you can see each other on FaceTime, on Facebook, on whatever. It's just not the same as being together, But I've learned things about my Yaya, like the things that she cooked, the kind of food that she liked to make, the things that she did, what her talents were. Like she was a master weaver, and she was a silk farmer. And yeah. I should have come on earlier so there could be more people to talk about the manifesting thing. But you know what? We can do it tomorrow too. We can just spend the whole new moon talking about it, talking about manifesting, and what you can do that's so awesome about manifesting with this particular new moon. I better put free readings are closed. So can you see Ruby in the video? She is visible, believe it or not. Nope. Mm-mm. So since we are always manifesting, it doesn't matter if it's today, tomorrow, 6 months, 5 years. Now this particular new moon will go on for the next 7 days. So anytime between the night before the new moon and that week, that first week is going to be your new moon. That second week, it's going to be your first quarter. And these 2 weeks are going to be the fortnight, first 14 days before the full moon. And then we'll have the same, 2 weeks between that full moon and that new moon again. New moon is always for drawing in what we want. Full moon is always for casting out what you don't want, so that you can make room for bringing in more of what you do want. And me stating that, the whole manifesting thing, you can manifest anytime because you're doing it all the time naturally anyways. I feel any time is a good time to manifest what we want. I feel like also the way I feel about it is like if no one were to have ever given a meaning to this new moon, no one had ever given meaning to time and space, we would not care because we would still be manifesting involuntarily the way that we involuntarily breathe. So, because we've given meaning to this date, this new moon, this energy, etc., it becomes even more powerful and an extra added boost. But even if we were without industry, isolated, small kind of tight-knit communities, it kind of is like that anyways on YouTube, but we have industry, we have the technology. Take that away, and, despite it still being the new moon, we wouldn't even be able to see it in the sky right now. Maybe in a couple days. Oh, cool. I'm glad you got to see that. Thank you so much. I've had so much fun making them. Like, why didn't I start this sooner? Why didn't I start it sooner? And I'm already designing like the next tarot inspired spell kit, manifesting kit. I don't really know if I like to call them spells because I feel like you are the spell, you are the magic, and everything else around it is the extra added bonuses that will really boost those manifestations. And I'm speaking quite clear from experience because I've done so many of them and been practicing for 30 years with manifestation and divination and not even really realizing what I was doing until much more recently when I started working with my mentor. But yeah, I had so much fun making those candles with my dad. Yeah. I was going to come onto the Chammy earlier and do the whole kit thing and do the whole and show you guys how to use it and everything, but I just got so caught up in work and clients, and I was like, well, I think the easiest thing for me to do tonight would be, how about I go ahead and put a video up, put the item up on Etsy, and then I'll go and do a live. And hopefully by that time, it'll only be about 8:45. So when I started to upload the Etsy thing, Etsy was glitching out on me. I've noticed something. The older my phone gets, the harder it gets to do anything on a lot of the social media apps now. I'm wondering if some of the problems I'm having on YouTube is because my technology is really old, considering. This laptop is probably almost 9 years old, if not. It's definitely 9 years old. So my iPhone is about the same. So when I went to Etsy, I'm uploading the listing for the kit, and it kept crashing on me. And Etsy doesn't let you just save to draft unless you do it all at one time. So I had to just kind of do a fake version of it after trying to make it 5 or 6 times. By this time, it's like 11:45, and then I start getting clients on the call center. So I was like, oh, God, help. But I definitely wanted to get the video up. So I figured, I could just get the video up, get the listing up, and we can just spend all week talking about this subject. Yeah, I was decluttering all summer long too. It's been nice to being decluttered. I still have a little bit of work left to do, but I figured I could wait since it's not that much. I'm having a hard time deciding if I want to just get a storage unit or what. I would kind of like to minimize what I do have, so I don't have to get a storage unit. I'm like really studying about how to become a minimalist, especially my clothes. So I saw this beautiful bird today, and I shared it to my stories. And the color of its feathers, I want hair like this. I want hair the color of this bird. Let's see if I can find it. Look how gorgeous that bird is. I wonder if I have a screenshot of it so I can blow it up. Maybe that's better. It's like a very dark, bloody red feathered bird. Oh my God, there's a doggy hair on my screen. But its eyes are like, gosh, the screen doesn't do it justice. Its eyes are like lemon, and it has blood red feathers. It's crazy. Oh, wow. I've got like one side of the room is stuff that's packed that I'm keeping, and then another side of the room is like stuff that has to go. And then 75% of it is packing materials that need to be organized and put away. Isn't that funny? Because I don't throw any packing materials away. There's no point in throwing packing materials away, because I need them to ship stuff to customers, clients, people who buy stuff, when and if they buy stuff. And I always knew that, like, it's just going to get more expensive. I mean, it was literally like I had a couple of Cadillac girls I needed to sell, and it was literally like $30 to package that stuff up and buy everything that I needed to ship it. And that stuff just kept getting more and more expensive throughout COVID and the pandemic. When are they moving back in? When are they moving in? That'll be great. You'll have fun. I wish one of my dad's grandkids would move in. I wish my nephew would move in. We're only a couple years apart. My sister's like 15 years older than me, so she started having babies when I was born. She has 3 little stair steps. And I was the tallest stair step till the second stair step got taller than me. I just kind of stopped at 5'4". My sister stopped at 5, maybe 5'2", 5'3". I literally took everything out of storage because I couldn't afford the $250 a month back then for it anymore. It was like, live free or die at that point. And I just brought anything and everything that was in the storage unit and brought it here and went through it. Some of it was stuff I didn't even know what it was. Some of it was just garbage that like had collected through the years. I mean, my mom just kept everything, which was not a bad thing that she kept everything, because I needed her to keep everything for when certain issues had come up, in regards to certain issues that were going on after she passed away. I had like the weirdest dream the other night. Like I thought I was dreaming. I used to have a friend named Gabriel, and I thought I was dreaming about him. But then suddenly it like turned into Colby from the Sam and Colby channel. And I don't know why he kept calling himself Gabriel in my dream. I was like, what's happening? What's going on? Like, and it could have just been triggered because I know you've talked about Gabriel before. And then my friend Gabriel looks just like him and Colby could be twins. It was weird. In total, it's just the 3 of us. It's just 3 kids. But I'm the only one between my mom and my dad that's alive. What's going on? Are you okay? Oh, what's going on? Okay. What you coughing for, sweetheart? Okay. No, no, I'm the baby. My brother's the middle child. My sister's the oldest. What's going on, baby? You need a blanket tweet? There's Ruby. Ruby, you okay? I don't know why Rooney is coughing like that. What's going on? You okay? Do you have a frog in your throat? But yep, no, I'm the baby. My dad's also the baby of 14 children, of which 9 lived. And my 2 older siblings, their father died in Vietnam. Well, more like faked his death, but that's another story for another night. I'll be right back. I find it quite interesting that YouTube is so quiet during this time. Yes, it's very important that you take your medicine when you're feeling that way, so that and so when you rest, you can actually sleep. So go do that. And I think I'm going to get off the computer too, because I'm quite in deterring pain myself from all the work I've done today. And I think I'll just come back tomorrow and start all over with the moon manifesting Q&A. And just have fun on Friday. Hopefully maybe Addison will come back, and maybe like hanging out at the channel will make her feel better. I feel so bad for her. It just motivates me even more to continue my efforts to do everything I can to make sure I can see my aunt before she passes away from cancer. Which means I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to go to bed right now so I can call the Greek Cypriot consulate here in Atlanta tomorrow. And I got to call Medicare for my dad. Yeah, it's a whole new mindset, definitely. I'm going to go and take some Tylenol and aspirin. That's a good mix. It's like they call it goodies powder. Like I'll take a goodies powder, I'll chug like 16 ounces of zero water. I have a zero water filter because I wanted to get us off bottled water. And I'll go to bed. That'll help. That'll help me out of pain. And my CBD salve, and my CBD vape. I gotta find it. I don't know what I did with it. Any hoodle noodles? I'll see you tomorrow or later today, actually. Thanks so much for coming by and chatting with me, Pam. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, anybody and everybody who came by to hang out. I'm going to go ahead and do a free collective message with the creepy, gypsy, witchy cards. What do we need to know about the energy today, Spirit? On this new moon, Friday, January 12th, 2024. Good night, honey. Sweet dreams. I hope you feel better. So we got number 9 card. The ship is the symbol of riches, and when near indicates wealth by inheritance or trade. It also foretells a voyage. What an awesome card to get. That just makes my day. What a beautiful card. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming by tonight. I hope that free collective message helps somebody out there. I know it helps me. I know it helps me. All right, y'all. Love and light bright. Peace out. Sweet dreams. Kalanita. Arrivederci. Sayonara. See you tomorrow or later.